Good morning, Tatan Mashele. Thanks for coming through.
Good morning, and thanks for inviting me.
I guess it was bound to happen, of course. We've had elections, we've moved on. Now people are saying, what's next? And the next big thing is the formation of the new government, so to speak, under the leadership of President Cyril Ramaphosa. And I think this week on Wednesday in Parliament, there'll be MPs will be sworn in, there'll be election, and then we come to the inauguration. Names are being bandied about. I just want to start there at the top. Is it possible or likely that Cyril Ramaphosa will exclude his deputy from the cabinet?
It is possible. There has been pressure from South Africans in the main that the current deputy president, Didi Mabuza, is not a man of integrity. There are all sorts of allegations around him. So in a way, he is a rotten apple in Ramaphosa's cabinet. Ramaphosa would like to exclude him. There are speculations that he himself, Didi Mabuza, would like to stay in Litula House. I don't buy that. There is no one who would campaign very hard in the ANC to be elected deputy president of the party who wants to go and stay in party headquarters. It will be for the first time, by the way, since 1994 that a deputy president of the ANC doesn't become deputy president of the state. So he wouldn't want to do that. He would want to go back to the union buildings. So my sense is that there must be some serious horse trading to convince him to stay in Little House.
What are the likely implications of such a move?
Well, number one, the office of the deputy president of the ANC would diminish because it would look like a useless position. So anyone campaigning to be deputy president of the ANC in future would think, what is in that office for me if I can't be deputy president of the state? Because remember, if you are deputy president of the state, your prestige rises. And therefore, even your public appearances, because you appear on a national stage. So if you are hidden somewhere in a small corner called Litula House, really, that office becomes worthless.
What about the whole tension that we hear about factions in the ANC? Will Ramaphosa risk to exacerbate those by excluding Didi Mabuza from state office?
By the way, most people don't see this. Didi Mabuza is a spent force in the ANC now. He has no strong faction at all. Remember, when he went to Nasrec, he was part of the Mmusi Maimane Zuma stroke KZN faction. And he dribbled them on the floor of conference, right? Now, tell me, where is Didi Mabuza's base? Even back home in Mpumalanga, where he comes from, his province can't hold a conference. So I don't think that it would complicate any factional battles in the ANC.
Okay, let's move away from Mabuza now. The name of Bathabile Dlamini comes up. She's the president of the ANC Women's League. They are like an important constituency within the ANC. Do you see Ramaphosa excluding her as well?
He can. Bathabile Dlamini is also another spent force. In the public eye, she is a rogue element. So if Cyril Ramaphosa were to exclude Bathabile Dlamini, South Africans would celebrate. That's number one. Number two, the Women's League, by the way, just like the Youth League, it's actually a dead animal. What is it that is so significant about the Women's League in the ANC today? Absolutely nothing. So I think she can be excluded.
Okay, now, exclusion, I'm just mentioning those two names as examples because even Nomvula Mukwanyane's name has come up and some people are saying she won't make it as well. And just looking at your analysis now, listening to you, I guess the same would apply for Nomvula Mukwanyane as well.
The same applies. Where is Nomvula Mukwanyane's constituency? I can tell you, if you were to ask this question to anybody, no one would point at any region in South Africa. So she can be excluded without any consequences.
Who then should he make his deputy? Who should Cyril Ramaphosa then choose? If you were advising him as an example, and from your analysis, you'd say, go for this person or that person?
Two individuals come to mind, and they are both women. It's Dr. Mmusi Zuma for tactical reasons. Why? Ramaphosa needs to appease KwaZulu-Natal. Remember that KwaZulu-Natal is still an injured province.
And so they're not in the top 6 of the ANC at all. There's nobody from those holding any position in the top 6.
Exactly. You need someone from KwaZulu-Natal. If you don't go for that, you go for Lindiwe Sisulu, also a woman. Also to silence the so-called Women's League voice, which in my view is insignificant. So I see two individuals. I cannot see anyone outside the two.
Do you keep Tito Mboweni as finance minister? Do you keep Pravin Gordhan as public enterprises minister? Or do you move them around? Remember, Tito Mboweni last year when he came in, he had been saying that he's reluctant to take the position.
Why was Tito Mboweni resuscitated from the political grave? That is the question. it is because the ANC at that moment had no finance minister personality. So other than Pravin Gordhan and Tito Mboweni, if you look in the ANC, it will be hard to find someone who understands finance. Tito Mboweni has huge experience in that department. Cyril Ramaphosa, in my view, and I put my head on the block, he will retain Tito Mboweni in that portfolio. Pravin Gordhan is a man with a backbone, and he has an axe to grind with rogue elements in the state enterprise sector. I think he has been doing a good job in terms of destabilizing forces at Transnet, Eskom, and so forth. I think Cyril Ramaphosa has no choice but to keep him.
Okay, now, two new names have come up as we finish. David Masondo has been mentioned. I interviewed him here in the studio about the school of the ANC. He came to speak about that. And Zizi Kwota is also being mentioned as people who could possibly make it to the cabinet. Do you think Cyril Ramaphosa will bring in some new blood?
And Ronald Lamula is also being mentioned.
Yeah, and he's been linked to land reform a lot
exactly.
with the ANC. Yes.
If you look at the two individuals especially, that is Ronald Lamula and David Mason, they have been given prominent roles recently in the ANC. It's an indication that the ANC wants to promote them. I think they will be included in cabinet.
Okay, finally, Tata Ramashel, before you go, size of the cabinet.
It has to be smaller because Cyril Ramaphosa promised South Africans that it's going to be smaller. If it is not smaller, let me tell you, he's going to have an egg on his face, and he's not going to risk that because he wants South Africans to believe what he says.
Thank you very much, Prince Mashele, political analyst and activist, joining us here this morning as we unpack the ongoing speculation about who will be in or who will be out or who's going to be new in President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet. I guess we all have to wait until his inauguration that's set for Saturday, the 25th of May, which, by the way, coincides with Africa Day.